Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up,
Uh,
everybody?
it's not on members only anymore because I want everyone to partake in this conversation. Today, I'm going to be showing the exact uh, court documents where I got my information from. But first, we got to pay the bills, people. We got to pay the bills. You guys know that Sharrell's World is in partnership with Ilia Wine, refreshing wine. It's a black owned company. Me and Perry have been drinking this for about a week now. It's really, really good. If you are on my members only, you've already seen this because we got down a couple days ago. Everybody knows I love to unwind with wine. That's a tongue twister, but I really, really do. I've been drinking wine for years, and this is very, very good. This is to my liking. It's a Chardonnay. It's a Chardonnay.
And
And then also, let me put this up. It's a black owned business. You guys, we got to support our black owned businesses. Here is the barcode. You can scan this or you can go to the website, which I will leave the link in my description. And if you purchase a bottle, the promo code is World10 and you get 10% off at checkout.
yep,
So I just want to thank Ilya for sponsoring this video.
yep. And two,
Now,
hold on, let me say this real fast. But if you're not a wine drinker like myself, my wife love it. But they got this great lager, people. Check it out. See that?
they did a
This is
nice
some
job.
good stuff. It's like people, it changed the world.
I can't.
Okay.
They say it's the wine available in Canada.
See?
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
have it in Canada. Oh, that's so great. Okay, so let's
No, they say,
support.
is it available in Canada?
Oh, well, it's a lot of, I think so. I think it is. I mean, if you go to the website, it'll tell
Right.
you all the
Yeah,
places.
they'll ship it
It's
to you.
over 100 stores in the US. But I mean,
Mm.
but you can go to the website and get it. People, check it out.
Okay,
Oh, go ahead, Sherry. I'm
that's
sorry.
my cousin letting me know she's in the chat. Hello, Michelle. Love you. All right. So yesterday, we did a video for the last 2 days. I cannot believe this was the third day that I'm talking about this. For the last 3 days, we've been talking about the court case between Martell and Melody. And the day before, we were mostly talking about Martell, and this is a gossip channel, and we also show government documents. So, and it's so the day before we were talking about there's a rumor out there that Martell allegedly put his hands on one of his children, and we were like, really? I can't see him doing this, or I could see him doing this, and it was no problem. We were talking about it. We had an adult conversation. Someone brought it to my attention. I do believe it was you, Opinion, that it's in the court documents. And I didn't show the court documents on the first day because I was being respectful to Mel. Because when I read the court documents, I said, this looks really bad to Mel. And at that time, I have since changed my opinion. At that time, I really, really liked Mel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, she's been through a hard time. Thank you, Melissa, for the super chat. Hi, Melissa. And I just didn't do it. I said, we can just talk about, some of the basics and whatnot. Okay, so then the following day, I read the court documents about him, Martell, allegedly putting his hands on his son. And this is what the rumors were. So I was verifying, yeah, that did happen. Things went south when I said, but they dismissed the charges.
Right.
In other words, they claim that this is not true.
Right. It was allegations. It was allegations, and people can do that all the time, but they couldn't prove it in court. Put it that way.
Yeah, they couldn't prove it in court. And so and I'm telling you guys what I'm seeing in the court documents that, this kind of makes both of them look bad. It looks like it was tit for tat. And At some point, the judge started favoring Martell because he said that he was showing effort. I went over how, he would try to contact her and whatnot, whatnot, whatnot. And I feel when in the video went okay. I took questions. I said, if anybody has something to say, come up. I sat here longer than usual and we had a conversation, no different than the other days of the year that I have.
Right.
Conversations 2 to 3 times a day about reality TV. And nobody came up and said, you're a liar. What you're doing is wrong. I hope you get sued. None of that. We had a adult conversation. And I feel that it wasn't until Mel started posting this, then everybody had a problem. Let me put this on the screen. So she says, it's pathetic how some of y'all literally can believe that a woman can leave and be done because clearly staying in messy-ish. And one of the things that we were saying, there's a rumor going around that Mel had went back a couple times after she broke up with Martell. And if this is true, this could be sending mixed signals. It's not impossible. You heard women do this before, so this is what she's talking about. And the lack of integrity and morals is absurd. But not one ran in my DM and requested to join a live to ask a question. So I think she means get the F out of here. That's what I think she means, but I don't know what this word means. Trying to use false assumptions for clickbait. Okay, first of all, I'm going to need to know who you talking to. Okay, because I wasn't the only person that reported these documents. Okay, let's keep going. Then she starts sending out her shirts, and then she's saying that all of her followers I'll call millimeters. Okay, so, and I've said this on my channel so many times, I'm not team nobody. I'm not part of the cancel culture. I feel like you stunt people's growth. If you cancel them, people make mistakes. It's how it is. I'm not team this and team that, because when you become team whoever, whether it's Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Melody, then that culture thinks you have to believe every single thing that the head does. Okay? I'm not part of that. I'm a free thinker. I'm a Democrat. Do I believe with everything a Democrat says? No. I got my own mind because I know at the end of the day, all politicians are corrupt. I never become team anybody with reality TV stars because they have their own agenda. And at the end of the day, don't none of us know them. It could be one thing in front of the camera and something else behind the camera. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I said this before. I said that team shit is bullshit. And you're not going to get me to do that. And I feel that they wanted me to come on here yesterday and bash Martell. They wanted me to say he was a deadbeat dad and he suffers from mental illness and get a part of the team and rah, 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 rah. I didn't feel that way. I feel that there are so many Black homes without fathers present that if you find a man that wants to be a part of his children's life, then he needs to be a part of the children's life.
Right.
Don't play games with him like we'll go to in these documents in a few minutes. Then she put, shout out to the critical thinkers and the ones that have common sense. Because at this point, some of y'all projecting and living imaginary worlds. Keep making false claims though, and I'm coming for you. Okay, who the hell making false claims? Who you talking to? I'm gonna need to know who you talking to. And what false claims was put out there? Because I don't take kindly to this. I need to, who are you talking to? What false claims is you talking about? Riling up the troops, riling them up. Everybody, I'm mad, and I need y'all to jump on board. Then she puts out, to the true millimeters. Thank y'all all for holding it down with facts. What facts are they holding down? Because the facts the shit they've been talking about in my comment section that I made up fake court documents. Who has time to make up fake court documents. Oh, they over there trauma bonding. Prove it. I'm gonna need you to prove that I'm trauma bonding. Because when I last checked, my ass been married 33 years. I think I know a little bit about marriage. Ain't experienced no trauma when it came to marriage. Diva, brave enough to share her story with us of what happened to her when she went through a divorce. But instead of listening and realizing, well, maybe these people got something to say. Team Mel, get him.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
I ain't playing that. Let me keep going. Y'all know one thing about me is I bring facts. Where your facts at? I appreciate facts. I'm going to need to see them. When I'm ready with undeniable proof to substantiate, and then y'all will once again laugh at the others. Laugh at who? Because when I last checked, this wasn't a laughing matter. Because what you and Martell are doing, this tit for tat, and now as it came out in the court documents, just mostly you playing games, the only people that suffer is your children. So who gonna be laughing at the end of the day? See what you do when you pull your children in the middle of a divorce? You scar them for life. Make them spend much money on therapy. Because mommy and daddy couldn't get their act together. And then she ends it with, you would think they would have learned right now. Who? And then hashtag winning team.
No.
I allowed everybody to come up here and speak their mind. All right, let's talk about where I got these documents for a minute. Okay. I had an attorney come on this show and tell us step by step how you gain access to court documents.
To see whether or not there's any public record of an actual formal charge. And, I want to clarify for everybody, there's two ways to do that. A lawyer can do it through what's called the aliquot system, and the public can do it through the aliquot system. The public can do it by paying I think it's $9.99 or something, and they can run an individual's name. And if an individual has ever been convicted, whether they pled guilty or were convicted by a jury, that's a criminal record that's part of the open records.
Did y'all hear that? You go to the aliquot system, and all you have to do is put in a person's name, and all of their personal records will come up. So, I could tell none of y'all did that. I don't know if you're lazy or just delusional, because if you thought I was lying and making up false court documents, which is illegal, by the way, all you had to do was go to aliquot, and you would have got the same information that I got with the same damn case numbers.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a problem when this attorney came on and pulled up Martell's record, letting us know that he's a convicted felon. Hold on.
She bleed in the system there. It worked fine there.
It was cool then. So everybody wanted me to come on here and say, Martell's a bum. He doesn't deserve a second chance. He doesn't deserve to be a father. Get the kids out of his life. No, I don't know how y'all was raised. But if a man wants to be a father, you let him be a father. What happened between him and the mother happened between him and the mother. That's just foolishness. We got so many men that is hiding from their responsibilities. Then I'm looking through the court files and I see stuff like the children sending emails to their dad. They don't seem scared of him. In fact, it appears that they love their father. Well, Let me put this on the screen. I
Wait,
redacted.
Oh,
I redacted the names and the emails. Okay. And which child it was. Good morning, Dad. Mom said it is fine if you come to my party tomorrow. Roller time, 10:12 a.m. Saturday. When you go and pull up these receipts, because I'm going to give you some receipts, some. And I'm going to make your ass go get the rest of them just like I did. Hey, will you come eat lunch with me today? No one else will. My lunch is at 12, whatever. This doesn't seem like they hate their father. In fact, it seems like they want to know their father. They got letters in him of him trying to reach out to Mel. You'll find out. Her putting them on red, giving wrong addresses, giving them the runaround when he's asking to be a part of these children's life. Listen to this. Hey there, Melody. I hope all is well. Our little girl birthday is this weekend, and I like to celebrate it. Mariah shared with me that you're having a party, so I would like to share the responsibility with you in making this a joint effort. I want to be there to celebrate our 11-year-old. She'd love that. What are your thoughts? So, as you go through these records, you're going to see a pattern here. They both was clowning. They both got checked by the judge. Right. Both of them. But then the judge said, it seems like Martell is trying. Now, somebody will put the false narrative in my mouth that I support men that put their hands on women. What I'm gonna need y'all to do is grow all the way up. Mel was hurt and he did her wrong. We acknowledge that. And we held her up during her pain. We supported her. But at some point, it's got to stop being about Mel and her feelings, and it's got to be about them damn children.
Right.
Like, you are damaging these children so bad that the court ordered them to go to therapy, and they are not allowed on TV in y'all drama.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start pulling up these records. Hold on. It's and people, this, I feel like people enjoy being ignorant. They love the mob mentality. Yeah.
Sharrell, wait, what else do you want to show them?
Just the stuff that we went over, and I redacted everything.
Oh, you know what though? I feel, but you could do what you want. I feel like you shown enough, right? And only reason why I'm saying that is because now people are saying that no one said that you was bashing Martell. Yesterday, I think, like you said, we had I know yesterday. I'm just reading the comments as I'm listening to you.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like yesterday we had this a conversation, and
that was very civil,
right? These conversations is a little bit less about, so to speak, the individuals that we're talking about, and it leads more to me, in my opinion, where we can just have a conversation in general about anybody that perhaps is going through this situation and circle back to them to say that we get they both are in their feelings right now, but I think everybody came to the conclusion it should be about the kids, right? So and yeah, because people was sending me messages too that we was being dragged for filth in the streets. First of all, you was not the first person to even show these documents.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Not at all. And your conversation was not about diagnosing anybody. It was not really about we team this or we team that. If anything, we was team the kids. And so we wanted to say pretty much that, you know what? A lot is going on between these two. It is playing out in front of the cameras. It is playing out in social media. And I think a therapist came up there and said it best. She said, anytime, and she's a therapist for this situation, right? She said, anytime you got a couple and there's a demise in that relationship, whether you want to call it 90-10, 20-80, 50-50, both people have a part in that demise.
That's true.
And I think the other piece that we was trying to say too is you can be a mellometer. Hey, do what you want to do, right? You don't have to be for Martell, but all we're saying is recognize that two people are playing into this situation, because you know how they say, if you stop putting wood in the fire, it's eventually going to burn out. If you and I are having a situation with Sharrell and I back down finally, right? After a while, you know, if I'm not keep putting in, it's going to die out. So those two are throwing stones each and every way. They're both responsible. And right now, they need to back down and understand you got 4 children involved when it's y'all two, but really there's 5 children involved because he has another child. So, and everybody want to say, well, why the documents? Well, this is a reality show. We cover what's going on. Unfortunately, their personal stuff played out on the show and spilled out after the show. So just like we recap the show, we recap some of the mess that goes on after the show in the social media, and these documents was just part of it. That's it. It was nothing malicious, like, oh, we about to tear Melanie down. Who would do that, and why would we do that? Why would we do that?
That's a fact. I mean, you know what?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
And then when it comes to Martell, it baffles me that when people want to think that, oh, we trying to take her for a man that they feel is so abusive and did all of these horrible things to Melanie. First of all, as a female, and if anybody has watched me come on your channel for a whole time, Sharrell, you know I ain't got no love for no side chick, right? so as a female that ain't got no love for no side chick, why would I be against Melanie? All I was saying is, because some people are saying just because a man doesn't treat his woman right, then he should have no access to the father. I mean, he can't be a father. If that was the case, there's no person in this world, there's no man in this world that could be a father, and there's no woman in this world that would qualify as a mother. We are all makes mistakes, and none of us are flawless. So you can be a terrible husband and a good father. My dad did not stay with my mom, but he was a good father. My mom did not stay with my dad, but she was a good mom. And all is well. All you need is for those two people that decided to have these kids to come together, rise above and say, you know what? We can't do this as a couple, but we can be good co-parents to these kids. And you can pull out behind the scenes. But when y'all in front of those kids, you do your best to stand as one, so that because the kids will learn how to play you against each other, because they know that you as parents are not on the same accord. So they will ask the mommy something and then play the daddy, and then they will play the daddy and ask the mommy, because they know what type of situation they're in, because they know mommy and daddy ain't really talking like that. So that's why y'all gotta come together. And that's really a case anybody missed our real message yesterday. That's what we was trying to say, that both of these people need to knock it off and come together in the name of the children.
I don't know what this means. Please refrain from speaking on Sugar Mama's existence. Who is Sugar Mama?
That was their last child. So here's the thing. She's saying, please, because she said the other day, someone on the panel said she shouldn't have been born. Disgusting. That is disgusting. But see, here's the hard part when you run a channel where everybody needs to know. We don't know what somebody's going to say before. Okay. We don't know what someone's going to say before it spills out their mouth. And sometimes I wish I would understand how difficult it is. Well, not, you don't understand what I'm saying. When you're running a panel, you be like, okay, Diva speak. Okay, this one speak. You don't know what's about to come out my mouth. And it's not the everything that someone says, that doesn't, because it slipped out and maybe we didn't hear it and maybe we didn't stop it, that don't mean we're in agreement with it. So 100% what you said is, yes, it is disgusting to say that some child is not going to be here. But
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. I think it's Divas.
I think Diva went out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this, because I agree with Diva, but you're not going to come up here and tell me that I'm lying about these documents. And I understand what Diva's saying, but I get it. I agree with it, because the ignorance is real. The ignorance is real, that I had days and days and days doctored up some phony ass court records is about the dumbest shit I ever heard. Did I make up this court case right here? I just played you the video of the attorney that tells you how to get it. A matter of public record.
Yeah.
Write it down. The stupidest shit I ever heard is that I made up these documents and it's not real.
But I mean, that's always going to happen, Sharrell. Like the whole thing is, yeah, I mean, you proving your point by just showing the document for the people that's that ignorant to say that you made it up. But these people would never change.
Mm.
If you say anything, you can come on and say 50 great things about Melanie. If you're a Melanie fan, they'll accept that. One bad thing, then you a itch, right? Or you can say 50 bad things about Martell and one good one. They gonna crucify you for saying the one good thing. Now,
So I'm putting this up here. Hold on. And I'm going to put it, go down, and you could read it. It's got the case number at the top. This is the motion to when she said that he put his hands on his little boy. Okay? Because this is important. This is important. And I know, Diva, you feel different, and I respect that. But you ain't going to sit up here and call me no damn liar.
I respect that. I understand.
Let me go. So if you, and I'm taking my face out of it, you can use this clip in your videos. I'm going to go slow. You could either screen record it or you can pause it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to stroll down because I want you, any blogger that think this shit is made up, you have access to this. Write down the court case number, and there are thousands of paperwork in there. I'm going to be quiet for a moment while I gently stroll down, because you can actually use this, pause it, talk about it, pause, keep going. So I'm not going to even talk. Hold on. There you go. There you go. That's one document. I actually have tons of documents. Tons. Thank you, Kathy, for becoming a member. Those are for you idiots that said I'm trauma bonding, even though I've never been divorced today, a day in my life. I guess me and Diva in married opinion are trauma bonding. That is so. This is Black people. Get it together. You guys are an embarrassment. Black people are an embarrassment. They don't even know how to come together. And let me remind you of something. OWN is a small network. Small. Those ratings do not compare to the Housewives. Okay? I'm trying to support a Black channel. But because I said something that you can't relate to, y'all gonna go hood and ghetto. Well, I can do that too. Don't ever come in my comment section lying, because you know what? There is nothing in writing that says you got to stay on my damn channel. Nothing. And to say that those are phony documents without you doing your homework makes you look foolish. So I don't have time for the nonsense. And I let you come up and talk. And not one person came up to me and said anything like, Sharrell, you wrong, or you love men, or any of that bullshit. Nobody. Not one person. We had a civil conversation. Then here come the little hood rats in the comment section. Here come the little dumbass bloggers. Yeah, they just trauma bonding over there. Listen, your leader is not perfect.
right.
You don't grow when you don't admit to your faults, your shortcomings. And everybody has them. Guess what? Everybody has them. Everybody. Including you dumb bloggers over there talking bullshit about me trauma bonding and staying up all night to doctor some damn court records that your lazy behind can go pull up your damn self. That's not what we're not going to do. The ignorance is off the chain. And stuff like this, it's hard for us anyway. We get tossed to the own network. And yeah, we'll give them a little section over there to try this out. I cannot believe if you go on national television on a reality TV show where you show your life, cut up and act a fool on there, that we're not allowed to say anything bad about you.
Yep.
You
That's
know
the crazy
what?
part.
That's asinine. That's why y'all got a bad reputation over there. It's crazy. But guess what? I'll never support you again. Straight up. Never again.
Well, Sharrell, I'm gonna tell you something too, right? And this is a fact, right? When she thanked all the critical thinkers, if she had those kind of critical thinkers, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because they'll know what we said. Ain't nobody came on here and trash Mel and one bit. Never called out her name. Never said nothing to
I'm
Mel.
done with her.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. I mean, but the problem is, we can come on here, call Martell out his name. They would cheer all these critical thinkers. They would do all this stuff, right? But at the same time, we can't say one simple thing, and it's documented, that those two, and most couples do, we go tit for tat when we emotionally affected in a relationship. They did that, but they want to put her on this down pedestal that she's this perfect woman. Ain't nobody perfect on this panel. Ain't nobody perfect in this damn chat. And if these critical thinkers can't be an adult and just have an adult conversation, something wrong with them. Because all this, team all you want to. But you got to know when the light is red. You got to know when it's green, people. And this bullshit right here is crazy, because it's a reality show that you love so much that you don't made her your Queen Elizabeth, the perfect one, your little Cinderella, mellow meters, all this crazy shit, right? But at the same time, look, people, she's not perfect. Nobody's dogging her out. And yeah, you can come and say, hey, when she was going tit for tat, she was in her emotions. And we all do shit that we shouldn't have did when we was in our emotions. But you can't even admit to that. Now everybody's lying about her, trying to bring her down. No, when we were supporting her. Hell, if anybody should be in their damn feelings, it should be Martell. And then y'all come along. Don't bring the kids into it. Well, y'all bring the minor kid into it when you was talking about he had a baby with coleslaw. Now, that minor don't count. So don't try to goddamn redeflect shit and act like we talking about some kids. We talking about parenting skills. We ain't trying to be no wedding maker. They destroyed their relationship. And trust me, people, to the simplest relationship, no relationship end being one person's fault. Both of them contributed to that relationship not going. You can say, oh, that don't make sense, Perry. He cheated. Yeah, he could have did 95% of the wrong. But her 5% could have been allowing it, bringing it back. And y'all would act like it's such a big thing, because I was in the chat the last 2 days moderating. The panel handled the shit good. But in the chat, I don't know. I don't think she would do that. A lot of men and women, because it's not just a one-sex thing, go back to their cheating partners and try to work it out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's their prerogative. They should be able to do that. But the problem I got with y'all act like Melanie shit don't stink. Okay? Look, I think Melanie is cool, and nobody's dogging her out. But when you come and do all these subliminal messages and having a hissy fit, because ain't nobody accuse you of a crime, gave you a lot of excuses why you could have did it. Yeah, how would you feel if people gonna have these emotions and feel certain ways? But I think it's real fucking petty for people to come in and try to disrupt a adult conversation with your nonsense, because they'll go, well, oh, Mel didn't do nothing wrong. Mel wouldn't take him back now. And we said it was a rumor that they could be connected here or there, right? Oh, that can't happen. Well, didn't they have a relationship problem with him cheating before, and she brought him back and they had more babies together? Did that happen? Only thing we saying, don't want us to talk about the good shit on the show and not talk about reality. It's a reality show, people. So get off your high horse, stop all the bullshit, and you can come on panel and have an adult conversation about it. Don't just be chitter chatting in there, acting a fool in the damn chat. Team this, team that. You know, that's what I want to say about it, Sharrell. I just think, because I was in the chat, the panel went good yesterday. It's people still just, like I'll tell you this, people can read that damn document themselves. They still gonna come back and say, oh, no, that judge, he don't know what he's talking about, or that ain't what she said. They can read it. A person can know that man was cheating and tell 2 or 3 girls, and the next day tell me, no, he didn't. I'm saying it's a such thing called denial. A lot of these critical thinkers has that, in my opinion. But go ahead.
I wanted to read some of this stuff, what the judge said, because it's just ridiculous. Opinion, did you want to say anything? Let me bring on Opinion, and let me talk about Opinion. Opinion.
I'll be back.
Go ahead. Opinion, you sound off, and then because I don't want to mislead.
Okay, so the only thing we was all trying to do was the court documents was there, okay? And all we was trying to do was pretty much show everybody what was in those court documents. It wasn't to bash neither one of them, okay? I agree with all y'all. Martell was an asshole, okay? I'm not taking that away, okay? I agree, Mel was hurt, okay? But this was supposed to be about the kids. This was supposed to be about everybody being able to see the truth. Okay. So many times we see stuff and then we don't see the documents and then we just rely on what we see on the TV. It wasn't no bashing session.
Hold on, Opinion, because I'm about to lose it. Those documents are from last year. That document. Pull the whole file. I pulled that document because people said there was a rumor that Martell put his hands on his child. I pulled the document and they forgot the second part, that it was thrown out. Sorry. I
Sharrell, and I don't mean to cut you off.
I mean, document.
That Sharrell,
ignorance just pisses me off. Go
you
ahead.
do not have to prove it to these people about a damn document, right? And so they don't want to talk about a document that could have happened, 8 months ago. But they'll talk about him cheating with coleslaw way more months ago. I mean, like, don't pick
2 years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago.
No. But they want that to be a topic. But just because this shit 8 months ago, they don't want to see it. Oh, that's old. And aren't we talking about somebody's reputation that requires more than just 6 months of their reputation? You want to talk about all of it? For you people who watch reality TV, at what point do you actually want to see the reality? When somebody talk about it, you clam up and then go and throw on your Melanator t-shirt. Just saying.
Sorry, Opinion. Go ahead. Sorry. I cut you.
But none of us was bashing anybody. Like we really wanted to have like a grown woman conversation about it. And kind of like if anybody else was going through it, kind of like shit likes that, in some form of way, everybody on this panel has had this happen to somebody, either somebody close to them or to them personally. Okay. And so we all connected on it. And we came together as grown women to put it out there. And I think we was trying to all show our perspective of it. Also show y'all the documents as well. It was never nothing that was hidden. They not sealed. Like in Alabama, both parents have to have it sealed. Here in Alabama, our court systems is not like the rest of the court systems. I've heard some stories, okay? And I'm telling you, from me hearing it, I was like, wow, can't believe y'all went through that. But here in Alabama, we're a Republican state. We're in the South, okay? Our court systems don't work like that. If they ever thought, okay, this man had done anything reckless to his kids, I believe, and I'm from Alabama, I believe I've had people that got locked up for a lot less, okay? I believe they would have locked him up and he would not have custody of his kids. He would actually have to have somebody there to watch him with his kids.
Let's talk about how strict they are in Alabama, because I've been there. It's very, very strict.
It is. Even when we got the money to um the money from, the pandemic and everything, that money was supposed to be used to help people, pay their bills, pay their houses up so they wouldn't lose it.
Mhm.
Here in Alabama, our governor, Kay Ivey, she used that money to build 2 new prisons. Who are you gonna fill those prisons up with? People
Black
like us.
black people, black men.
And if you don't believe me, I mean, you can look that up too. I'm just saying, don't. I do. I feel sorry for some of the people. I've heard their story. Like I've heard a lot of people's story over the last few weeks about these things, and my heart broke for them because I was like, "Wow, y'all court systems really suck." I thought our court system was really sucky. It is, and it still needs change. But no change is gonna come until we change. We have to change our mindset, change the way we think. We got to be
Yeah,
grown folks. I just
yeah.
think it's a lot of people that's so invested in some reality stars that we don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I agree. And and it's funny. Like I'm a black man. I'm a father. I'm not perfect, but it's a lot of black men out here. Just men in general. I ain't gonna put a color on it because
Here, I need to cut you off for a
you
minute
what?
because the ignorance is real. Listen to this comment. So basically, we've been discussing for the past couple of days court documents that was a year ago. What did I just say? Oh my God. No, those court documents are up to date, but it contains everything that happened over the last couple of years. What part don't you get? I gave you the case number to go look it up your damn self. People are on here arguing. In the last 2 days, I could have sworn y'all said these documents was recorded in March, but I don't know. It was last year's event. You've missed a lot. I don't know if you showed up late. We explained to you
Wait a
the
minute, Sharrell, I can shed light on that. Okay, so the first day that we did the documents, we did we did the recent documents. Okay, the recent ruling. Somebody came up on the panel and said, "Well, what happened to the documents that they filed on Martell about the kids?"
Mhm.
I then sent the documents to Sharrell. We looked them over. We came back as a group and put those out because it was already addressed. Yes, that happened a year prior. It was also founded that no, they could not find that he had done this to his child for whatever reason. He did go to the doctor, but they could not find that he had done nothing wrong, so they threw it out. But we were reporting on it because somebody asked about it.
the ignorance is real. Listen to this one. So, like those documents have been illegally obtained. Didn't you just hear
No,
what
they were not
he said?
illegally obtained. These were not
Well,
sealed.
then I guess I'm going to jail if they're illegally obtained. Like sounds like those docs may have been illegally obtained.
But okay, let's just say
Please
for example,
listen. Just
let's say
don't sit there running your mouth. Please listen to the
what if
conversation.
they was illegally attained? But look, it's still telling you part of a story. Now you ain't debating whether the story is true or not. You want to know, did you get it legally? Did you not? People, please. I'm just saying, like, to have an adult conversation, it takes 2 adults, right?
Yeah,
At least.
yeah.
It could be more than 2, but you at least need another one to talk to have an adult conversation. And like being a black man, being a black father, I'll say this. Yes, nobody's debating whether male look at Martell or anybody look at him as being a failure in marriage. And he could be a failure as a father too, as the time goes. But if you see a man that's trying, why not give him the chance to try to be that? Because you know what? Both of them was in that marriage. He did what he did. The marriage broke up. So all of a sudden, you want to call him a deadbeat dad because he was in a failed marriage. He's not the only one that was in a failed marriage. Mel was too. So are you going to call her a deadbeat mother? So I'm just saying, at a certain point, adult conversation, all this, when the documents came out and all this, is irrelevant. We talking about the show. If the show ain't on, shit, when people recap a show, the show came on prior to you doing a show. You talking about that. Whether it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it doesn't matter, people. I'm just saying, do not look at male. And no, ain't no shade to it because, hell, everybody get emotional and do stuff. But let's not act like she was perfect in this whole situation. It's things that she probably could have done.
Yeah. So listen, so I'm going to drop this link 'cause, you know, y'all got a lot to say in the, well, did anybody have anything else?
Oh, no, I'm
to say?
good.
I'm very frustrated, and I'm
Uh-huh.
frustrated with the ignorance because usually when I run my show, we have adult conversations, and we're talking about the show, but we're talking about life.
Mhm.
There's usually things that you can gain from them conversations. And I've shared this with you a long time ago. People are saying you're getting too big. Stop dropping the link. Just do your show and move on. And I've always said this. I said the best part of my show is talking to different people, see how other people live from different nationalities, economic situations, and that's how we grow. That's how we go. But no one took anything out of those conversations that we were saying. When you go through divorce, make sure you remember the kids.
Right. That's important.
Yeah. The ignorance is real. And those are probably people that don't come to my channel anyway. That's them people that have that cancel culture mentality, probably ain't never been through a divorce, and that are right fighters. Some people just want to fight because they want to be right, can't stand to be wrong. Well, you're never going to grow, ever. Thank you, Toria. Please do not let these people who do not listen break your peace. Everyone, elevator does not go to the first floor. Hey, Pia.
Hey, I'm not going to cut up like I did yesterday,
You
okay?
didn't cut up. Go ahead.
But I just want to say this, and then I'm going to drop down. Don't let anyone, and like you said, who's never been to your show, hinder you from doing the stories, for putting your spin on it, and for basically telling the truth and stating your opinion.
Well, I don't think I'm going to let anybody do that. But what I was saying as a people,
Mm-hmm.
we can't never seem to be support each other.
No.
We want to fight and argue. We want to be team this one, team that one. There was very few people that came on and said, team children, and let's bring these two together so they can learn how to co-parent for the damn children. Nobody said that.
Right.
Maybe Sebastian, but that's it.
Right.
They wanted to fight and argue, and that's what they did.
And the thing of it is, there are no teams except for the kids. The kids are the ones that are suffering. The kids are going to one day grow up and see all this mess acting out. And they're going to look at both parents and be like, for real? Are you kidding? Y'all, seriously? So no, it needs to be team kids. I don't care about Melody. I don't care about Martell. I don't care about none of it. Let's focus on the kids.
Yeah.
Sharrell, let me say something really quickly. What happens is, this is for some people that don't know that are in the chat, it's a continuation of a story. So yesterday when we began the conversation, we had the March whatever date 2023 document. Then people were coming at our neck saying that we didn't have all the information, blah, blah, blah. That's why we went back and got some more stuff to connect the dots, right? And so that's where those previous documents came from. So today, although we showed a document that said 2022, yesterday there was a document that said 2023.
I mean, I actually have them all, but I agree with y'all.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to tell the people. So that was the connection of the dots. But the thing is, a lot of people saying that it's an old story, it's old news, it's already been out there. So my thing is, if you feel it's an old story, old news, already been out there, then I still again don't understand, like, why is it so like if this is all stuff that was already out there. All we're doing is wrapping it up in a package to say that this is our conversation about it and these are our feelings. But to go that it was made up, how did we make up something that was already out there? So I will agree with you, Pia. Sharrell, I've never seen you come at a story sideways. Yeah, you get passionate. We all do, right? But I never seen you just like make stuff up literally and put it out there. I've never seen it, and I know you for a while now.
And I'm And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to drop Diva. It's about time you saw the light and you started to agree with me.
Oh,
The shade.
I'm just saying.
Shade.
Y'all
The
have a good
shade.
night.
All right, bye. Thank you. Thank you.
The shade.
Sound off, Sebastian. Y'all.
I want to say this. Okay. The fact that people are just so, let's say it the nicest way possible, uninformed. I have better words I could have used, but uninformed is the words we're going to use. Obviously, when Sharrell talked, I think it was Sunday, you talked about the court documents that were about March 2023. Then on Sunday, I believe it was anonymous or someone called in and said about what about the alleged A-ing of the child that
It was
happened.
anonymous. Go ahead.
And then, in my opinion, said, Sharrell, I found more documents. We can, and I sent, and she sent them. I think she sent them to you, and you said, okay, we'll come back. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it another time. And that's exactly what you did yesterday. All these documents are what were used to make that final decision in March of 2023 that the judge did.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
thank
people
you.
are not
Thanks, Sebastian.
thinking. The fact that people are so incompetent and dumb and are this is the problem. It's because of people like this who are incompetent and dumb, we have a system in this country where the judicial system is not truly fair and stuff like that, and etc. I want to say this. People need to remove themselves from their personal situations when assessing the fatherhood of Martell. You've probably been in a situation where your husband did cheat on you and you probably did not want your kids around. Well, you need to remove yourself from that situation. That's what judges do. That's what people who are supposed to doing to jury duty when when the case relates to them, they're supposed to not report. If you can't do that, then you stay out of said situation. I'm tired of these mellometers who think that they're so big, like they're the Barbs, because that's practically what
Yeah.
they're getting. They're getting acting like the Barbs. You need to calm down. You need to take a chill pill. Melody don't give an F about you. Melody doesn't give an F about anybody except herself. We clearly see that on the show. You also, I'm gonna say this. Martell is a horrible husband. He's a horrible husband.
For
No one can
sure.
deny that fact. He's a horrible husband, but we cannot deny he's a good father. You
And we can't deny that he deserves a chance to
he
be a
deserves a
good
chance.
father.
And
Right,
shame
right.
on everyone who's out here trying to promote
Homes without fathers.
that
Fathers
exactly.
at home.
Shame on you, because there are people out here who grew up without fathers in the home and would wish that they had a dad who would be trying to call their mother 30, 40, 50 times a day, at least once a month, and they don't get that. But y'all are out here trying to promote all this narrative. Oh no, Melody needs to be independent. Now I hope she has single custody so she can move to wherever she wants, so she doesn't have ties to this man anymore. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
I
And
want to
that's
say,
another thing. It's just disgusting. The fact that people are promoting idiotocracy. That's what you guys are promoting. It's just dumb. And the court documents are public. If you recall, some states, because anything that is taxpayer funded courts, or which are taxpayer funded, some states don't seal these things because taxpayers
Right.
pay for them. And you know what? The Freedom of Your Information Act allows you sometimes to tap into these things because your tax money goes to them. That's what people need to realize. That's
let
all I
me
have to
say this. My heart is filled because my mom is in the chat. She must have been feeling some kind of way. You're recuperating. I mean, she had to be feeling some type of way. But yesterday was really, really bad. And Denzel, I think you didn't get a chance to talk yesterday, did you?
No.
Sorry about that. Go ahead now.
Oh no, it's okay. It's all right. I'm glad that your mom is in the chat. She ain't playing. She got your back. She got your back.
I couldn't
I
believe it.
love it. I love it. Yeah, your mom got your back. I love it. Don't worry about these I'm trying to
Idiots.
get my words out because I have a speech problem. These idiots. Don't worry about them. They just trolls. And the thing is that they cannot come on your on your platform, on your YouTube channel, and tell you what to do. This is your YouTube channel, not theirs.
But actually, I want them to come up. Not one person said anything bad to me yesterday. And I sat there damn near 2 hours that day and damn in 2 hours plus the day before. But you can talk trash in the chat. It's just so sad.
Yeah, it is.
The mentality of cancel culture. Somebody's got to be the bad guy. To promote another Black household without a father, what you saying to yourself? What you doing? What message you putting out there? I'm not gonna come on here and call Martell a narcissist without a diagnosis. Nobody would have said a word if I came here and said, he's a no good Black MFer. And I'm saying for the sake of the children, let's give this man an opportunity to try. No one's saying he's perfect. What he did was actually awful, and he's paying the price for it. But at some point, Mel and Martell have to come together because we didn't let you grieve. Well, we just gonna stay stuck in the same position for the next 20 years. You giving him the run around, not letting him be a father for your children to go grow up and blame your ass.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you think about him, Melody, those children love him. Go ahead, Denzel. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I agree with what you said, and this is another thing. I feel bad for the children. I feel bad for the children, and yeah, he probably wasn't. Yeah, he messed up when he cheated on her. That was messed up, and he wasn't a good husband. Now, is he a good father? I don't know. I hope he is. And and people was coming at you saying that you was wrong for showing the text messages from the children. People are really thinking that you are lying. You're not lying. You're just showing the proof of the documents.
It's just sad that people are promoting for this family to stay split. Somebody in the chat said, I said, are you going to stay stuck on this for 10 years? And somebody said, if that's what it takes. No, that's not healthy. To be in a place for 10 years where you have hate and disdain in your heart and you're playing head games and you giving him the wrong address. So let this man be a father. You said you moved on. He's moved on. But you're still a family. Go ahead, Don, sound off.
I'm just a little disappointed in the comments, and I don't know if they're trolls, if they're real people, if they're bots. I'm not sure what they are, but this has gone to the courts. A judge, a guardian ad litem, lawyers have found this man to be capable of raising his children. A lawyer, a guardian ad litem, and a judge has found that Mel is capable of raising her children. So who cares what you think?
Well, that's true.
Nobody cares what you think. Your situation doesn't matter. Mel and Martell are both capable of raising their children. So what the TV shows, what Mel says about Martell, what Martell says about Mel is irrelevant. They have gone to the courts. Yes, Martell filed that case on Mel, but it has been proven right now beyond a reasonable doubt that both parents are capable of raising those children. Yes, Martell is not in the best economic situation right now that Mel is on, but he is capable of raising his children. He is capable of putting a roof over their head, even if it's a 1-bedroom apartment. he is capable of feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
He may not have a 6-bedroom home like Mel has, but he is capable. You know, you don't have to be on the same playing field as the mother. You know, she doesn't have to be on the same playing field as him. But as long as both of them are capable of loving and providing for those children, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So what we need to realize is, you know, what's produced and what's heavily produced is that's what it is right now. It's heavily produced. Everything that's being said is not brought up in court. Do y'all realize that? Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Everything that's being said is not being brought up in court. Why is it not being brought up in court? Because it's a lie. And you don't want to perjure yourself in court. Because if you perjure yourself in court, you're going to jail. And that's on both sides.
Thank you, Don. Queen Sheba, sound off, please.
All right. Hey, Sharrell and panel.
Hi,
Hey.
welcome.
Listen, I do watch you, so I'm not here to challenge anything legally. You know, from a reality, I'm a content creator. And one thing I think it's important for everybody to understand is everybody is fair game when it comes to documentation, documents, and all of that. I have several documents on a lot of people, whether I choose to use them or not. You know, I save them. I may use them. I may not. But the reason I came up is because I was just catching up today. I don't always have time to tune in real time, but I was catching up, and I'm on your first video. And it's the title is The Judge. It was The Judge something. And I was halfway through it, and I felt like something got away from you. And as a content creator, I would want somebody to say, hey, listen, even in the back chat, there was a lady on your panel, and I think it got away from you because you were like, who is Sugar Mama? Even when I did the super chat, she stated that the little baby, the last baby, should not be here. That Melody should not have had that child. And I felt like if you would have caught that, you probably would have addressed it. I'm shocked that your other panelists didn't say something in the back chat. And the reason why I hopped on is because I understand the assignment. I understand as content creators, we're all here to educate, to inform. But what I didn't want to happen, and I'm pretty sure a lot of hard work when it's building your platform, is for people to take that and run with it, especially if you weren't able to catch it. So I just wanted to call it out. I know that's not your personal thought. That's not your personal opinion. The diva said, you know, sometimes we don't know what people are going to say on our panels, but I just wanted to say, you know, just kind of let you know somebody snuck one in on you when it comes to this, you know, kids. And we're talking about kids, and it should be about the kids. And I think that could be a sore topic for anybody, you know, when somebody insinuates that their child shouldn't be here.
I mean, with that being said, how I run my panel, I let people say what they want to say. If you are that crazy and you say something like that, that's on you. That's how you're real screwed up. So I don't really like to censor people. I let you say what you're going to say, but I don't remember that comment. But sometimes I challenge people that say something like, what do you mean by that? There's no way you
I slightly remember the conversation, Sharrell, but I would have to go back and watch the whole video.
Remember.
But I think I slightly remember. I think what she was saying is not as in she should have terminated that baby, not anything like that. I think what she was saying is the back and forth, and because she knew before that pregnancy what was going on, that it shouldn't even have went to that point. Right. So I don't think, in my opinion, I got, like I said, I would have to go back and look at the video. I think at the point, like, that's what that person was saying. So everything is, you know, when people are having conversations, you could say one thing and someone could take it a certain way, but that's not what you was trying to articulate and communicate. So with that particular person, if I'm remembering correctly, but everything was happening so fast. And a lot of times when I am up here, you know, I may be hearing somebody speak, but then at that time, I'd be me looking at a comment in the chat if I'm not the one speaking, right? But I slightly remember that conversation, but I don't remember that person coming at it from an angle of being disrespectful and mean. I thought that person's angle was that it was already known everything that was going on in the relationship / marriage, and that she shouldn't have went back and forth at that point to even get pregnant again. But I don't think she meant that, oh, she should have terminated the baby, or it's messed up that the baby's here, whatever the case may be. There has been many people that said that, you know, I don't want to call Ariane's baby, you know, it like that situation shouldn't have happened. Not nothing against the actual child, but saying that Martell shouldn't have did that, had an outside baby, but nothing against like, oh, that baby shouldn't be here on that level.
I just let people speak. I don't cut you off because I don't like what you said. I don't cuss you out because this is about conversation. What would make you say something like that? Do you really believe this? You know, it's about conversation. For me, my channel's about stimulating conversation because I want us to all learn from each other. We all live our life differently. I have an international audience. We're all different backgrounds culturally and stuff like that. So, you know, if someone says something that offends somebody else and I didn't catch it, I probably don't let stuff go on like that. But thank you for reminding me about
No,
that.
I feel you. And I'm as I was waiting to come on for you to bring me in, a portion of the conversation that some of the panelists are reminding the audience, hey, the kids are going to see this. The kids are going to see this. And that little one is going to see that and hear that. But my last point I wanted to make is, I think I just wanted to touch on really quickly. People get cheated on every day. You know, women cheat and all of that. I think what's important to remember that tugs at the heartstrings of the audience and the people in the chat. Somebody said, "Is this real?" Yeah, they're real. They're real passionate about the situation. It didn't stop at cheating. It didn't stop at cheating. You know, when we talk about Martell being a good father, no matter what we feel and or believe, the fact of the matter is he did not allow Melody to take his children's belongings, their beds, their clothes. She had to start from scratch. Those kids had to sleep on an air mattress. So the playing field was even because he refused to allow her to take the bare necessities for those children as a good father. And I can't remember the young man's name. He's above me. So they both started from scratch. And in my opinion, God don't like ugly. And even if he is in a 1-bedroom, that's why you are. Because you know, when it came to making adult decisions and doing what's right in the best interest, right? If we're talking about the kids, you failed horribly as a father.
But what would be your suggesting to bring healing to this? I don't want these two still fighting 5 years from now. How do we heal? What do you think it takes to heal this?
I think he needs to quit taking her back to court every 5 minutes.
That's a good one. Go ahead.
When you say the documents that you're seeing and people are saying they're old, it should have ended in February. And if Martell would just stop and move forward, you won't have documents from last year and this year that causes people to be confused. So I just wanted to, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, keep me honest here, Martell keeps taking the lady back to court. It's really hard for her to move on.
They both doing it.
That's the authorization. But not only that, your case may be filed in February of last year. It's not like you file your case and then 2 weeks later you're in the court. You in the court when they have a date for you. So meantime, before your date, y'all two are going back and forth to making, no, don't take him this weekend, don't take him that, because y'all don't have a judgment yet. And so to speak to the fact of he didn't let her take anything from the house, what I was trying to get to everybody is that although this seems like a lot to the world, people that have been through it, this is stuff that happens. Right. I left with nothing. So the part of them not wanting you to take anything is really because they don't want you to leave. So they feel that if you can't take nothing, then maybe you won't go because you're not going to want the kids to not be in their normal space and have their stuff. Oh, I slept on an air mattress for a very long time. Okay. And then I got my son all his stuff in his room first. So some of these things, they're equating it to like, oh, just because he didn't let them take the TV, the game, the bed, the mattress, everything, that's a horrible father. Unfortunately, when these things happen, their emotions rise first. They're not at the maturity level to think about the kids. Their emotions are all up in the game. But just because you are emotionally, and I'm gonna use it kind of loosely a little bit now, unstable, and you're not being right and on those levels, again, it still doesn't mean that you're a horrible father that don't deserve to have your kids. I literally went through the same thing. Wouldn't let me take a blanket, a shoe, a nothing. And so I left with my clothes, some of his. And the thing is, I say to anybody out there that's going through this, the best thing you could ever do is get a good therapist, right? Because my therapist said to me, you got a roof over your head. Your kids, he said, kids, they're flexible. They will adjust. And if you make it okay, that's what my therapist told me. If you make it okay, your kid is going to be okay. But if you start there saying he didn't let us take the bed, he didn't let us take this, he didn't let us take that, that's when your kid is going to start to absorb those emotions because they got a tug of war now. How could daddy not let me take my bed to my new house and I'm on an air mattress in my new house with my mom? So I made everything okay, no matter what I was feeling inside, and I was pissed off because you're human, right? Because I was like, too, how could you do this? But at the end of the day, if I would have took the bed and my therapist helped me get through this, right? Then when they went over there, they wouldn't have had a bed. So he said, somebody got to get a new bed. He said, don't do a tug of war. It's going to be you. So
Can I
that's
ask you a question real quick? Just real quick, and I'm gonna wrap it up. If we take Martell and Mel, let's just take them out. Forget let's just do man versus woman.
Right.
You just had a baby. Can we all agree that any man, white, black, yellow, brown, when you've been in a relationship, right, cheating happens, and she says, I've had enough. It's getting to a point where now my behavior is unbecoming. I need to get out of this. And he says, okay, you can go, but you can't take anything for the kid. She just had a child. And not only that, he took her check.
I mean, Queen, I think we all agree that's asshole behavior.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
That's asshole behavior.
He should have a right to his kids.
But what I'm saying is, ain't nobody saying Martell ain't an asshole.
Right.
In that, I'm not going to clean up my lane. He's an asshole. What he did was unacceptable. A baby outside the marriage?
Right.
Did he put her through hell? That girl crawled through broken glass to get where she is today.
That part.
But I want to focus on the healing part. I don't want to be fighting about this 3 years from now because it affects the children. So everybody got flaws. I think people think I'm saying Martell is great.
Right.
I'm like, I
think that's what they're thinking. I would agree with you.
He's the worst of the worst.
Right.
But what I'm not going to do is take his kids from him. What I'm not going to do is figure out some kind of way that these people can move forward in their new normal. Mel having a boyfriend, he having a girlfriend, and they still there for their children. I'm not calling him a bastard. I'm not calling her a bitch. I'm not, every time I see you, there's an argument. That is draining.
Right.
Yes, it is.
But you know what, Sharrell, you said something. Like that. You know, I mean, the caller says this, right? She said that, a lot of people look at it as us supporting Martell. When the first thing we say is we know he wasn't a great husband.
Right.
We knew what he did. So
this is what I think here. I think they need harsher words. I think they think we're prettying up Martell's words. So talk street to him. What would you say if it's just me and you talking?
Not street.
Street. That's how we talk. Sharrell from Detroit. How I would say, what a bastard.
Right.
I think they want to hear that. I think, and maybe this is the disconnect. I think they're thinking we're saying what he did wasn't that bad, or he's he didn't do nothing wrong to Mel. We ain't saying that.
No, not at all.
Ain't nobody saying that.
A cheating thing you might can get over. A baby outside is a everlasting effect.
Unacceptable.
Right. I mean, because you might forget about that one night stand that your spouse had, but when you got a reminder every day for the next 40, 50 years, hopefully 70, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I mean, but I don't understand why people want to look at it. And no, this is my personal thought. I don't think they look at it from the standpoint that we just kissing Martell's ass. My personal opinion is they don't want us to say not a damn that.
Now I'm thinking this, Perry, it could be our language. It's a disconnect. Maybe they think we trying to throw shit under the rug.
No.
And act like what just happened didn't happen. Maybe it could be, maybe that's the disconnect.
Or yeah, I mean, you know, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, like my opinion would be because they get so testy when you say a simple thing. Now you can say Martell had a baby outside the marriage. Obviously, that's way bigger than Martell and Mel having a little argument in their house, right? Those not on the same levels. So go ahead.
Let me address this because this is why I came in heated. They said on that live that Mel said those documents you had were fake.
Right.
Those documents are absolutely not fake. I gave you the case number. I put up the directions from an attorney. I just didn't tell you how to get them. The attorney had tell you how to get them. He said, go to alicourtsystem.com. Put the person's name in. So that kind of stuff makes me mad.
Yeah, but don't let it make
I'm
you
not
mad,
trying to
though.
rewrite the trial. What happened.
Yeah.
Was the judge pissed at Mel? He was. They almost got their kids taken away, going back and forth. They were over on another site talking crap about all four of you guys, and I'm heated.
All of us. You know what, Sharrell? I think at least all of us in different ways, right? But my point is that at some point somebody got to rise above the mess, right? So even if your ex is being gutter low, you can't go gutter low with them. You got to rise above. And the reason why you got to rise above is because you want to put a healthy human being out in this world, or in their case, 4. So I wouldn't care about a couch, a blanket, a shoe, a sock, or no money. I would care about my kid. And I would make my kid know that what we have over here is fine. And when you go over to your daddy, you're going to be with your old stuff again. And all is going to be well. That's what I would say to my kids.
All right, guys. I'm gonna let everybody talk, but I need everybody to speed it up, and then I'm gonna start just cranking people in. Okay, you guys?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Queen Sheba, were you done?
Final thoughts. For me, Melody never placed Martell in a position where he was fighting for custody. Straight out the gate, post-divorce, she agreed to set 50-50 split, no money asked. Martell took Melody to court to take her rights away as a mother. So I just wanted to make sure I level set with that. And Diva, I know we're strong as Black women, but don't make us be too strong, because couches do matter. Homes do matter. It's called psychological safety, right? You have to have that to establish a good emotional well for your children. So and sometimes I think we're too hard on each other as women, because we're so strong. But give her a little bit of grace, because he took everything away from her. So that was all I had to say, Sharrell.
But Queen Sheba, I want to say this to you. Which maybe what a lot of people don't understand, I give Melody a lot of grace. And when I make my comments, I'm not saying Melody should do it, but I am saying anybody that's out there that's going through it, that material things can go away every day. But if you have your peace of mind and your health, and you instill that in your kids and let them know that no matter what you have, if you got a roof over your head, you're going to be good. I always tell the truth to everybody that I ever speak to. I did not. You can ask any one of my friends. I didn't have a couch in my living room for over 3 years. Friends came over here. We put blankets and pillow on that floor, and we ate dinner together. We got great memories. I have photo shoots I can show you, because I have a book club where the photo shoot happened in my living room, because it wasn't a darn thing in my living room. My kid is graduating with a 4 point whatever right now. He's going to an amazing engineering school. And he's very healthy in the mindset. And I'm telling you, it wasn't about a piece of furniture or a couch or anything in my house. We ate together. We love as a family. He's still with his to his day. Unfortunately, his dad passed, but his grandparents to this day, they bought his car. They love him to death. All I'm saying is that if you can neutralize a situation, everybody thinks sometimes when I'm saying rise above, I'm asking you to be perfect and a strong Black woman. I'm asking you to have a healthy mindset and understand. And I only got here because I'm telling you, my therapist was in my face. And I thank that man to this day. He said, I don't care if your house don't got nothing in it. If you got love in your heart and you can explain to your son that mommy and daddy unfortunately cannot stay together, but when you go with daddy, you're going to be good. And when you with mommy, you're going to be okay. That's all you have to matter. He said, I don't care behind the scenes. Y'all argue all day. When I even tell people, this table that I'm at right now, a girlfriend bought it for me. And I will never get rid of this table because when I had nothing, everybody in my life stepped up. My sister gave me an air mattress for me, and I'm gonna shut up, I'm sure, because I know you want to spin people around. And my girlfriend gave me an air mattress for my son. I'm just saying, I don't think material things matter as much, but that's me.
I'll say this as my friend, Diva, you stronger than anybody on this panel. And I think what you're trying to do is give them advice how to get to the other side. Let's get out this argument. Let's get out the finger pointing and this and that. And then now you got the audience, team so-and-so team. Let's get past that.
Right.
Thank you.
Amen.
Sound off, Miss Parker.
Hello. I just sat here quiet and listen. I was real on my best behavior today.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Everybody knows Martell cheated. We knows that. We know he's a dug. He's cheated. But what we're saying is he's not a bad father. And all the accusations that Mel put on him in court, they were dirty and low down. Because, I'm going to just say it. I don't believe that he did it because it sounds like his children really love him. And it looks like he's a good father. But like I said, I really don't know. But I felt like she dug deep and kind of played a little dirty with that one. And the children are surely going to remember that. Nothing else. The children going to remember all of this.
Latoya. Is it Latoya?
Yes, it is. How are you all?
Thank you for patiently waiting. We've been yapping. Sound off very quickly.
When we speak about moving on, and like you said, Diva, people in your corner were rooting for you, right? And when you're trying your best to get out of it, and the person that you have to, no matter who else is around, you have to have some type of communication with this man. And if that person is not at the same level of moving on and let's just do what's best for today type mentality, you'll continue to be in a spiral of what it was when we lived in the household. And I think that's the difference in where Martell has not been able to separate is that you had that, it's no longer. And he's working out of this is the way I want it to be. And he's, the compromise is not there. And it's not saying that, and that's for anybody, the outside looking in, he's a great father. But I just remember, when we were younger, it is not anything that happened in our household. But even if my mom had a girlfriend come over and they just knew it's adult conversation, we had to go outside or go upstairs. And so I just don't see, because we've seen him have these intense adult conversations around his kids. So when we say that he's a great father, it's not saying he's not a good provider. It's not saying that he, wouldn't, kiss a boo-boo if they fail, but it's also the mental part of what he's putting the children through. And I think, at times, because we're all flawed, when Mel said she was going to step and move in her greatness, that was too much for him. And so she's still striding, but it's like when you have someone that wants you to be with them and they're willing to do anything to make that happen, they're not looking at how it's affecting the kids.
Well, let me tell you this. 10% agree with what you're saying. You're saying he ain't mature enough at this
Right.
point. And we
Right.
see that.
And so, and then, everybody always has a personal way of why they think outside of, something that you see. When you try to do a co-parenting situation and you know that you're doing what's best for the child because that child loves the other parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, I just don't think he's had enough of a reality check to where if you continue to do this, you've already lost your family, but are you willing to lose your kids? And I think that, everything that he's done in some shape or form, he still made it seem like, it's in his favor, and it's sad.
Do you think that he should have the kids taken from him? What solution do you have to? Because I agree that that's a major problem.
Well, and people are not going to agree, but I don't think that he's had the realization of his actions of you think you lost your family, but have you really lost your family? Because the things that he's doing, it hasn't resonated that you potentially could get your kids taken away forever.
Are you saying take the kids away?
Are you saying
No,
that?
no. I'm not saying take them away completely, but I just feel like it has to be something very jarring to him.
Like what? Like what?
I can't say what it is. Only God can say that. But I just feel like it has to be something jarring to him for him to really get the realization of if you don't stop what you're doing, it will end up that way. That you will not have them, not even 50-50. You may get a 2-week once a month. You may get 2 weeks in the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to have to, with somebody like that, it has to be something drastic. And him cheating, having a baby on the outside, that's just, he's been able to get away with it because she stayed, right? So all the things that have happened, he still kind of have gotten his way in it. And so until something traumatic happens to his real emotion and his mindset, he's not going to change the way that he handles her and the children. Because as you can see in the court documents, the things that he was asking, personal, private things, none of that said anything about the kids.
So I think all of those people that had a problem yesterday in my chat, I think they agree with you. We all know there's a problem. But I just want somebody to, let's work on the solution because he's very immature. And what he did.
How can you have a solution with somebody that doesn't want a solution?
But you have to.
Working,
he has
breaking my
children.
back, all I can do is
you have to find a solution.
Well,
but all I can do is do what I can do for me and my solution. I can't think for him anymore. That's not my problem. I can't make a solution for him.
But
That's
you have
not my
children.
problem.
You have children in the process,
right? And so her
every day.
And so part of that is not arguing with giving him 50-50 custody. Like I think she was just, you know what, get your kids and I'm gonna go on about my business. And when it's my time, it's my time. That's just not enough for him. See what I'm saying? It's always going to be something else that he's tugging for, he's pulling for, he's wanting more. And if that person is not ready to come to the table and compromise, I mean, you could be sitting beside God himself. That's not going to be good enough because that's not what he wants. He's going to have to want that. It's not going to be anything she can do outside of keeping her boundaries, because if she does what he wants, he'd be over there laying up with her. And so that's where we're not trying to go back to.
We are not trying to go back to that.
Right. I don't want you to walk me to my car, but what does he do? He's going to walk to the car. If I'm on the phone and I say, hey, what are the kids doing? So you see what I'm saying? It's more about him. He's not thinking about the kids.
Well, all right, let me try to get as many people in. That's a very good point that you made.
What, Sharrell?
Yeah.
He done lost his big house. He done lost his family. He lost money. The only thing that's left for us to do to Martell is just new to his ass.
That's Let me bring some more callers. Hold on. Oh, you guys, let me bring on a new panel because people are really trying to get in, and I promise at least 2 panels.
Thank you,
So
Sharrell.
thank
Bye,
you guys for
Sharrell.
coming. Leave your
Bye.
comments. Thank you guys. Love you, Sebastian. Love you,
Bye, Sharrell.
Denzel. Love you, Denzel. Thank
Love
you.
you all. Bye bye.
Bye. So sweet. All right, let me try to get some more people in here. Natty, sound off quick. Is this you,
Hey,
Natty?
yes, ma'am. I'm gonna
Hey,
be
Natty.
quick because I got a
Sound off
meeting.
quick.
I don't think
Is this
she
you,
was
Natty?
talking about you, but she was talking about somebody on your panel.
Oh, you don't think so?
I can pretty much say that. But
Well,
I want to say this. Martell needs deep rooted therapy with his mother.
that's good. I don't think anybody else has said that, Natty.
Martell does not know how to love anybody, not even himself.
That's preach, Natty. That
After
is
he
so
gets,
true.
when they first divorced, Mel suggested family counseling to help the kids. I don't need counseling. The judge actually had to order him to counseling more than once. When he told his mother he was going to counseling, she asked him what for. Told him wasn't nothing wrong with him.
She did say that. No, she said that. She said that.
Martell graduated high school at the age of 20, people. He was late going to college. Mel paid to have his record expunged. She got his teeth fixed and everything. Mel suggested the 50-50 custody. He told her on a live, not on the TV, if she agreed to do everything he wanted her to do, he would drop the custody case. But
So,
only
Natty, I gotta speed this up. You are talking with a lot of sense. What do you suggest happens next?
For him to get counseling. I'm not saying he shouldn't see his kids. I'm not saying he could not become a good father. But he is just doing what fathers should do. He don't deserve any special accolades. When he sees his children, he is doing what a father is supposed to do.
Right.
Once he learned to love himself, he would learn to love his kids, and I mean all of 5 of them better.
Yeah.
But
Best advice I heard all day, Natty.
If he has a woman therapist, he will try his best to manipulate her.
Yeah.
He
No, she's
needs
telling
a
the truth.
male therapist. And
All right,
I got a
Natty.
meeting I gotta get to.
Best advice I heard all day. But I'm trying to get through fast. Where's Opinion? Oh, there she is. Kiki, hi Kiki. You called yesterday, right?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I don't know why I remember you. Can you sound out kind of quickly?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, well, the first thing I want to say is I don't think that Martell is a deadbeat dad, but I do feel that he used those kids as a way to get to her. Melody wasn't the one, if I'm not mistaken, she wasn't the one who started the custody case. He did. So when he started that case, is she not supposed to fight for her kids? It sounds like Sharrell, like you guys say you're not picking sides, but then y'all go so hard on Melody and you say, well, her hands are dirty. But what exactly did she do to be placed in the wrong here? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand.
Okay,
What do you guys feel she's done wrong?
Perry, I was going to answer.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Okay, no, I'll just say this real fast. See, maybe that's what the part you misunderstanding. When we saying it took 2 of them to get to what he had. Martell could have did 95% of the damage, but she contributed also, going tit for tat, right?
Well, can I interject right there before you finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Never did that.
Because when you say she did tit for tat, maybe you guys saw something that I didn't, because from what I saw, she was quiet for a long time. She held her peace for a long time before she started to respond.
We was talking about the court documents, just statements of Look, this is the whole thing. I said they go tit for tat. And I know when a person get emotional and they feel, backed into a corner, but her playing games too also contributed to it is what we saying. Like, if you want to see reality, let's see the full reality of everything. Not just because it seems like most people just want to hear all the bad things Martell did and act as if Mel hands is clean. Nobody put her stuff she did as high as the damage he did. Nobody ever said that. If that makes sense.
Look at the custody, if you look at the custody order, the judge explains exactly what went down. She would do things like give him the wrong address to pick up his kids, not tell them that they were having parties, the cell phone thing. She really tried to just keep them away from the kids. And the judge got really upset about this. Here's the case number about this. And he said both of them, he did not leave, both of them were playing games. And then he almost took the kids away from them. He was very frustrated. So you guys are watching what you see on the show, and I'm watching that too. But I did go over these court documents, and I'm just going to put this up. I know you told me don't do it, Diva. Just the first page for other bloggers to read. I want y'all to hear the judge's frustration and some of the things that he said. Hold on one second, guys. And I know I'm supposed to be hurrying up. How do I do this? I just want you to read this, Kiki. And I don't have time to read it myself. Hold on. I'm going to be quiet so somebody can stroll down it when they go on. Hold on. Okay. Just those first 2 pages is all you have to read. Doing things like giving you the wrong address so you don't show up. That's playing games. Not letting the kids talk to you, talking through the kids, stuff like that. It was just going back and forth, and I said this yesterday, which I understand. I get it. You cheat on me and have a baby with that coleslaw girl that I can't stand. But at some point, Kiki, don't these two got to come together for the kids?
They do. And I think, okay, so because I don't want you to think that I'm not even gonna lie. I'm team Melody. So I can't even act like I'm not. But the thing that I'm trying to understand is, I get where you're coming from, especially Perry, but it just seems to me like when the tit for tat came along, because he said this is around the custody situation, right? Could that not be because of the built up frustration that she had and everything that she had to put up with and everything that she remained quiet about? Like the woman Diva said, sometimes you have to take the high road. After you've taken the high road for so long, how high is she supposed to go? How much is she supposed to take? Like, was she always supposed to remain just quiet and just humble just the entire time? Like, this is supposed to be about the kids.
You are 110% correct. But the tit for tat went on both sides. You recording my damn kids, asking them where did the divorce go wrong, then putting the shit on social media. That's childish. The tit for tat became like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I get it. You mad. You upset. He ain't shit. He had a baby. He's a liar. I get that. But I'm asking you, how long is that going to go on?
Can I say
until he stopped doing new stuff?
Can I start doing what?
New stuff. He it's not like he stopped his antics. He's still doing things in present day that cannot allow you to heal from the past things. If you can't heal from the past, you're still trying to heal from the past, and the person is still doing things. How do you completely heal when you still got to deal with bull crap? Like, you do your best, you go on trips with the man, you would invite him to do this, you invite him to do that, you try to go out with him, you try to have an open line of communication with him, but as soon as you do it, he's going right back to the other thing. Why are we giving a man a pat on the back for being a real man in life, which he should already be? But when the lady responds, she's wrong. I'm tired of this. Let's uplift the black man even at the expense of a black woman. Her sanity and her mental should be just as important as his is.
But here's the problem with that. When you go tit for tat and y'all going back and forth, don't nobody suffer but them damn kids. They remember this shit. They remember. So at what point don't it stop? I understand
When
the
you have stopped,
frustration.
she stopped. When you have stopped and you stop, why is she the one that is held to the highest standard of stopping? When you let a man say and say and say and do and do and do, and you're not doing anything, at some point in time, you cannot keep backing the person in the corner and think they're not gonna come out swinging. When are we gonna say, Martell, you need to stop doing this? Martell, you need to stop doing that. So she won't have to have a reaction. Every action has a reaction, and she don't react every time. It's only when she gets to the point where she can't take no more.
I can't have two grown-ass adults going back and forth claiming to love these damn kids. It affects the kids. At some point, this shit has to stop.
Yeah, it has to stop, but we got to make the person that's doing the
Can I say one thing, Sharrell? You guys are getting kind of heated. I want to say one thing, and then I'm gonna get off because y'all are getting a little. Okay, you know what's crazy about this when you actually hear the kids talking. Unless we're gonna say the kids, he was tired of seeing his mama cry.
Yeah, I get that. That affects
Right?
you. That affects you.
Friday night.
But so what I want to go back real quick to prosperity, girl, because we having it out right now.
Anyone wants to play?
Hello, Kiki.
I think Kiki went out. Did they both?
Ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead,
But
Kiki. Can you hear us? Okay.
Is she okay?
I think she
I hope
lost.
so. Okay.
She lost.
She outside.
Can I ask something really quick, Sharrell? You know
really quickly, Diva.
Okay, go ahead then to somebody else because I don't know if I'm gonna be quick.
Well, I want to ask Prosperity, and I'm glad you came up here, Prosperity. I get what you're saying. Ain't nobody said that
Coco,
he didn't
get
do
out.
Huh? Are you back?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to my puppy.
Yeah, now, girl. Okay.
Okay, she went. Prosperity, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is you are 100% right. How much can I take? But the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, she do this, he do that, she do this, he do that. This is why I say ain't nobody hands clean. It's got to stop. I can't live like this. It has to stop. And you're saying you make him stop first. That's what I feel like you're saying to me. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Prosperity?
Who are you speaking to?
I'm here. My phone, my YouTube was ringing.
Oh.
I understand that. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying because she is not the one initiating the bull crap. It's not even like it's tit for tat. It's tit 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 tat. Tit 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 tit.
Right, I got you. That could make sense, but I'm just saying both of them.
At what point do we say Martell?
Well, I mean, we've been saying him the whole time.
Doing things to this lady and then playing the victim as if she is the one doing these things to you. She didn't even want the custody to change. But then when I get to court, I see the things that you are saying, I have to fight. I have to fight to keep my kids. He didn't want to have 50-50 custody. He wanted to take these ladies' kids full time. So I got to fight. And then when you see the papers that he asking for, how many men she slept with, what bill she got, what PayPal she got. Like, what does this have to do with anything? Martell needs to be a grown man, stand on his feet, and act like he got some sense. Go sit on the couch if you need to. Whatever you need to do, we cannot keep saying this man is the best father in the world when the hell he is doing things that is harming his kids.
Nobody said that. We said allow him to be a father if he wants to.
He's been a father. She's allowing him to be a father. But
don't
he
take
want to
out
allow
what
her to
happened
be a
between
mother.
them. I can't take what happened between these grown-ass adults and take it out on the children. I don't have
None
the right.
of us want this taken out on the kids. But the thing is, it cannot be just Mel trying to fix it. It has to be them both. And we have to hold both accountable for the wrong that they did in this thing.
Well,
Nobody hands
No. She said it good.
Nobody hands will ever be clean until they get it together.
You just said exactly what we've been trying to say. With that last part, you just said it.
We've been
Both
saying
of
that the
them,
whole time.
Yeah,
both of them got to
I'm
get
not
it
saying
together.
that she ain't did, but my thing is sometimes you just get tired and sometimes you just want to whoop somebody's ears.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, we said we understand that, but why people get so upset when we say both of them, just like Don just said, she may be
May not
may
be
not be
initiated.
initiating, but she's participating, and I know. And you say, well, shit, she ain't got no choice, and I would go off too if the other person's still acting a fool, and we get that. The people I think that on this panel look as Mel as being a human and having emotions and not perfect. But it's just the people that come in and act like, no, she never did nothing whatsoever. That's the only issue we have, because most of this conversation will be about the kids that some kind of way, do I have the answer? No. But they got to learn how to parent together. And yes, it may take a hell of a lot more for Martell's side than Mel's, but we just saying for the kids, it needs to happen. But Diva, you've been trying to talk for hours.
It really do need to happen. It need to happen, and it need to happen fast. And baby, somebody needs to take this to God in prayer, because this is ridiculous.
And it's emotional and it's real. She is not the only person going through this. A lot of women are going through this.
That part right there. You know what I wanted to add? Again, I think the core of all of us are saying the same thing. I think that people may be a little bit emotional. I'm trying to choose my words correctly, because they're feeling like we up here, Sharrell, are just leaning and taking more of Martell's side. And if that's how you're feeling, that's not what we're trying to do here. But I will add this. You can never change another person. You can only change yourself. So you are fighting against the grain if you're trying to change somebody else. So that is why I'm not saying because you don't have feelings. I'm not saying because you shouldn't. Once you decide to have children with whomever you decide to have those kids with, you chose that person. And now that you brought another human being into the world, you got to rise above and figure out how to navigate the situation that you got yourself into and the person you chose to get
Stop right there, Diva. Yeah. Respond to that, Prosperity.
I'm sorry.
She said at some point somebody got to be the bigger person. Respond to that.
When you keep being a bigger person, how often do we want Mel to be the bigger person? Mel has been the bigger person since the beginning of this.
Maybe till your kid is 18. Because all I'm saying, Prosperity, and listen, I'm gonna tell you, only reason why I won't put my full stuff out there is because I got my kid, and that is his father, and I always protect my kid. But I'm telling you, don't nobody know my name. Sharrell, no, my situation was public.
National television
humiliation, and I took the higher road. Not because I wasn't pissed, not because it wasn't been poking the bear, because of my kid and my kid only. For the love of my kid, I sat in my therapist's face darn near 24/7 until I was ready to rise all the way above. Now, let me go back to the things for 1 minute. You know what my therapist said to me too? It's going to be better for your mental state of health that nothing in your house came from your old situation, anything. So he said, thank God that you don't have to have any of that stuff in your house. And he said eventually, which did happen, he said, because you're going to show interest that you don't want it, he's going to start bringing it to you. He said, don't take it, trash it. Because you don't want to be in any corner of your house and be reminded of that situation. You're going to be okay. So all I'm saying is he instilled in me, and I had several therapists. I didn't have just one. They instilled in me that no matter what happened, because you can only control yourself, are going to have to rise above. And every time you think of it, they said, look at a picture of your kid, think about your kid, and say to yourself, I'm doing this for the love of my kid. And that's it. So I'm not saying she doesn't have a right. Listen, we all have a right. And it pisses you off. And they will, and let me tell you something. The calling them going to court to take the custody away is because that's another dig at you versus really want to have the kids. The point of those documents, right? When they were saying, I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know whatever, is because indirectly they're trying to call you a whore. right? And so this is where all of this stuff is coming from and leading to. The point about your money is because when there's child support or whatever involved, they want to prove that you got more money, or this is the money, or why do you need money? So that is part of why once something about money is involved, then they do this whole forensic thing, and all of your business is put out there, and all of your business is in the documents now, because everybody got to submit everything about how much you make at work, what bonuses you get, what 401k, pension, your whole darn life.
Let me ask this real quick, Diva. Prosperity, do you think therapy would help the family? Family therapy will help?
First, they got to get individual therapy in order to be able to sit in family therapy with each other. They're
Well,
going
that's what I meant, like
themselves,
everybody. Yeah.
and then they can come together. Because even if they do the family therapy, if they do family therapy first, it's not going to work.
No, I meant like everybody in the family go to their own. Yeah.
That's never a bad option. Therapy is the best option that you can give somebody, but they got to be willing to take it. Only thing I'm saying is Mel has tried and tried and tried and tried. And you cannot keep trying with somebody who does not have your well-being at heart at all. This man wants to see Mel in the corner, bald in a knot, crying every day because she lost the best thing that she ever had. This lady never asked for child support. She never asked for the custody arrangement to be changed. So she never did any of these things. The only thing Mel did was fight back once she was presented with the subpoenas, as Wanda liked to say. When she was presented with the subpoenas in the mail, she answered them and she followed accordingly. And then he kept doing things, and then she would have a bad reaction. It's just like going outside in the pollen. It might not affect you today, but tomorrow it might affect you. And what you ain't gonna just let the pollen affect you. You're gonna do something to try to get it out, to take it away, right? My only thing is we cannot keep saying she got to allow him to be a good dad when he didn't want to allow her to be a good mom, and to have her mental state in any disarray is not allowing her to be a good mom to her kids. Because
do you think they should take the kids from Martell?
No, I don't. I think Martell just needs to get better. I just think Martell needs to work to be a better man and a better father. Tank, what do you teach Tank when this is what you do? How do you tell your daughters, I don't want you to be with a man like me, when you're the man that the first man that they're supposed to fall in love with, the first man that they're supposed to keep them safe, the best man that's supposed to cure their heart?
That makes a lot of sense.
Get better so he can be a better father, but he has to be a better man before he can be anything else, because he's a man before he was anything. And he needs to start taking accountability for the things that he has done and understand that, yes, I made the situation what it is. She's reacting, and it's because of the things that I have done. And then she has to also say some of the things that she did may have made him react as well.
That's it. Everybody got to come together.
Right. Until we both decide that we're going to let down the bull crap and say, my kids come before anything. And I'm not saying Mel is not doing that. What I'm saying is, when you see that it's affecting your kids, you got to say, what else can I do to try to make my kids, their life even better, to make them
that's the point
transition even smoother? Because Mel has done a lot, and Martell has done the minimum. But we still all got to come together and do what we got to do, because our kids are going to be looking at us. And what do we give our kids when we ain't got nothing to give ourselves?
And let's
can I say something? Oh,
well, I don't want to undo what she said, because she said the best thing. Okay, Kiki, don't ruin it. What'd she say?
Well, you know what? Never mind.
No, wait. That was the best. They all got to go to counseling, not together, individually. This has to stop. It has to stop.
Yep.
And Martell needs to take more ownership of the things that has happened. Stop trying to make it everybody else's fault, because we all know Martell does not like to realize.
He has to realize, Prosperity, that that's over for him.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say. That I don't think that it's gonna get any better as far as with the kids or anything until Martell actually, in my opinion, I think he just has to come to terms that it's over. He has to really let it go. Well, the both, if we're gonna say both, then they both just have to let it go of what has happened, and that's the only way that they're really gonna be able to move on. But I think that that's more so on Martell's part. He's just gonna have to. Because I honestly felt like he was using those kids against her. He's just going to have to be able to let it go and to really move on.
Can I say one last thing?
I can't. Diva, I got 40 seconds.
No, that's me. That's my 30. I just want to say he has to realize the same way he was wanted to be the king of his castle and the head of his household, he now has to be the head of this parenting. And he has to do the job that he was supposed to do in the household. You didn't do it there. Now let's see if you can do it and make this family dynamic, what it should be, and the healthiest it can be for these kids going forward. Because we're always going to be in each other's life.
Prosperity. Can you put that in the comment section? I'm going to pin that to the top. Because you finally found a solution. I'm sorry, you guys. I am out of time. I'm sorry, Diva. I gotta go. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your call on the panel. Now this never happens. I can't. I'm out of time. Sorry if I didn't get to your call backstage. Everybody, please don't forget to click that like button. Now, thank you so much for all the super chats. I really do appreciate it. And I gotta go, guys. On 3.
Thank you, Sharrell.
Or on 3, everybody say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye.